Welcome to SuperTraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. We have some raw and some geared squats for you today. We are doing what we call a reverse band squat. One of the reasons why I wanted to work on this was to work on better positioning in the hole. I'm still trying to fix my raw squat, and so in my efforts to do so, I'm cheating and doing a reverse band squat and trying to handle a little bit more weight and just have better positioning in the bottom of the lift. You can see Damon Thurman backed out of that squat a little early. He mentioned that his hips were killing him. You can see here Ryan Cove has tremendous mobility through those hips. He's able to really force those knees out. Each guy has kind of different skill set, and each guy has different strength, and each guy has different mobility. My mobility is not very good, and something I've been working on, trying to fix my raw squat, trying to fix my positioning at the bottom. But that's just it. This is just practice for us. This is just us trying to fix certain things, trying to work on certain things so we can become better lifters. You can see here going without a belt. That's one way to work on getting stronger. Trying to push things without a belt here and there lately on my squats and my deadlifts. Trying to strengthen up the lower back, quote unquote core. Trying to strengthen all that up so that I can become a better lifter, trying to fix some of these issues up raw. You can see some of these other guys are in gear. Each guy has kind of a different goal. Each guy has a different thing in mind. We're all training to get stronger, but we're all training for slightly different things. I know Damon's training for the meet in November, as well as Treston Scholl, as well as Silent Mike, I believe. I'm not sure. Pretty sure that's what he's doing. But Silent Mike, he sets up the same way every time. He's got things dialed in pretty good. He's really starting to figure out the squat. And when you start to figure things out on top of getting your training and your programming just right, getting your food just right, that's when you really start to see some real strength gains. But back on the topic of depth, you hear just so much hatred online about it. People get so frustrated with it. But one of the first things you need to realize is it's always been a problem in powerlifting, and it's been around for a long time. There's multiple ways of making things better, but I'm of the opinion that nobody wants to make them better. You could have two-toned singlets, two-toned squat suits. You could have the judges actually sit in a place where they can actually see the person's hips. You can actually change the rules so that the judges don't have to look in two places at once, which has actually been proven to be physically impossible by humans. So there's a bunch of things that could happen. If you just went with just parallel, that would help. Or if there was some other way of having an indication that the person went low enough. But there are ways of doing it. There's definitely ways that it certainly could be better. Even if you went with two-tone squat suits or two-tone singlets, what would happen is guys would probably put them on a slight angle so that they would look like they're lower than the next guy. So you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't in some situations, but it's in my opinion that there are ways of fixing it. It's just that nobody really wants to. And there's no style points in powerlifting, so going lower doesn't necessarily grant you anything greater. And on that same note, some guys have to go lower. Some guys have to squat lower due to just the way their body works. Some guys have to rebound off their own body or dive bomb off their own body, so they might go 3 inches deeper than the next dude. But basically what everyone's trying to do is trying to get themselves in a position to where they can lift more. You would be crazy to be involved in a sport and set yourself up and perform a lift a certain way that would make you lift less weight. I don't think anybody's in favor of that. So the topic always gets a little crazy, but you can see there Treston Scholl stumbling with that big weight. Sometimes shit gets a little crazy in the gym, but it's all part of the training process. Things that scare you are things that can change you, and when things are dangerous, they can be great for strength. When things are too safe, they're not so great for strength. For example, a super low box squat or something like that. Sometimes a lift like that can be really dangerous. Or You take something like an overhead squat, which is nearly impossible. But you take something like that where you just feel like you're going to fall the entire time. Exercises like that can be great for building up strength, but some of the problem with them is you just can't overload and handle enough weight with them. See Tristan Schultz is smashing on some big weights. Everybody's excited for him because we know he's preparing for a meet in November, and we're hoping to see him squat 1,100 pounds. He does 1035 right there. Good strong squatting by everybody. That is it from supertraining.tv.